No more waiting, anticipating, or hesitating. Now is the time. I stood on the sidelines, watching long enough. While others took their place and stepped inside. Tired of all the waiting, ready
to see in the world. Welcome to the Orgena Rose Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to the show. My guest today is an absolutely phenomenal light who is showing moms and women how to do quick, easy, and natural ways to take care of themselves and their families, also known as the Crunchy Moms movement. Please welcome to the show, Shannon Abbott. So Shannon, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
It's so good to have you. It really is so good to have you. And I have to say, you were just looking radiant.
Oh, thank you.
You
So
look amazing. So amazing. You know, Shannon and I met many, many years ago. Goodness, 10, 15. It's
longer
scary.
than we.
It's a really, longer than it should be.
We won't say.
We won't say. Because we're only 20.
Right.
So what's been so wonderful in seeing you from that time till now is just this huge transformation that has happened for you. Can you tell me a little bit about what has happened for you and, you know, how you came to be where you are today?
Yeah. Well, so, so much of my transformation has had to do with motherhood and preparation for motherhood even. When we met many years ago, I think I was about 40 pounds overweight, and I realized that I needed to make a big difference in my own health. And it wasn't just about weight, it was about just preparing my body for being healthy for carrying children. And that's really when I started doing yoga. I hated gym growing up. I was not an athletic person. My husband was a runner and he did basketball. I was not competitive. I was not athletic. I did my best to get out of gym class as much as possible. But yoga really appealed to me because it was not competitive. It was very gentle. It was something I could incorporate. It was helpful when I was doing walking because, I needed to stretch anyway, and the breathing was very calming and soothing. I was working in a stressful hospital environment at the time, and so, just having that, getting up in the morning and having that relaxing time for myself was so important, and, combining that with just healthy eating habits, and it made a huge difference.
So that's what got you into yoga was, you didn't like sports like so many, right? Not competitive, but knew you need to move, get moving and stretch and do things like that.
Right.
So how did you even come across yoga?
I don't remember.
Isn't that amazing, right? It just kind of shows up in our lives.
It's,
Did you go to a yoga class?
No, I actually used a DVD. It was a DVD.
So did I.
Yes.
I started with Rodney Yee Yoga.
Yes, it was Rodney Yee AM yoga. And there was a PM yoga too.
Yes, and then he had a whole series, which I ended up getting the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's how I started as well. I love it. So here you went from that, and here you are now, a yoga teacher.
I am.
And oh my goodness, I mean, I think
it started with a DVD.
It started with a DVD. See, and this is how the visual medium can truly be so helpful to just get started. And so then, when you went to a class the first time, how did that feel?
Right. So the first time I actually went to a class, I think my daughter she was young. She was maybe 4 to 6 months old. So, and my teacher, Marcia, she was teaching at a church, and that was right by my house. And she said, "Come to yoga." And so I came to yoga and just fell in love. It was, I mean, was amazing. It was like nothing. It was a whole different dynamic from doing it at home with a DVD.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
which is a great start.
Right, it
but
is a
to
great
be
start.
with a person who can actually guide you.
Right.
Makes all the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, the person on the DVD can't see you.
Right.
And whether or not you're holding your leg in such a way that you're not going to get an injury or something,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
Whereas when you're in a class, you know, you have that benefit. But I remember lying in relaxation, and she was talking us through some things, and I remember this aha moment where everything just really clicked, and I said, oh my gosh, I've got to do this. This is really, yeah, like this is so important. And at the time, I was doing social work.
Okay.
I was working as an addictions and mental health therapist.
Okay.
And I said, this would be so helpful
Yes.
to so many people.
To add.
And so initially I was going to incorporate it into my therapeutic practice.
Okay.
But I got a lot of pushback, and you know, insurance companies don't pay for hearing. So that didn't work out.
Okay. So you came to a decision point.
I did.
You realized
I did.
it's kind of one or the other.
Right. And the decision ended up kind of coming to me.
Oh.
So
I love how that happens.
yes. Sometimes
Sometimes not. Right?
you know, you might move a little slower than you like if you don't get a big shove.
Right.
And I got a nice big shove out the door, so to speak, but very gently. You know,
Okay.
not in a rude sort of
Not in a
way.
rude way.
No.
But you got a shove kind of by the, from the universe, if you will, right?
Right.
And it really
I
got
lost
you
my
into
job. I lost my job. Not because I was doing anything wrong, but because there were budget cuts.
Right.
And kind of this last to hire, first to fire thing. So
Yes.
I was working part-time at the time too, which made it a little easier to let me go.
Right.
So, but it was perfect timing. I had just finished yoga teacher training.
Look at that.
I mean, it couldn't have been better timing,
Yes.
and I just went, okay, this is what this was the shove that I needed in order to go out and live my dream and make a difference in a different way. Because I was really feeling decapitated. I was feeling like everything that I was doing at work was all just in the head.
Okay.
And I felt like, and that's really why I wanted to bring yoga to the therapeutic practice, because I think that that's what we were doing to our clients too, was everything was very heady, and we were neglecting the rest of ourselves.
Disconnected.
Right. We weren't talking about our spiritual lives. We weren't talking about our physical bodies.
Yes. Yes.
And so
that connection, that is truly
Right.
mind, body, spirit.
it is.
I love
Yes.
that. I love that. Love that. So we're going to find out what happened next for you. What were your next steps now that you had the big shove from the universe? And come back and find out what happened with Shannon.
What truly sets you apart from your competition? Do you know the answer? Most business owners don't, and the truth is, it's what can make or break your business. Every business wants it, but few know how to get it, and that is instant recognition. The kind you get when you hear a slogan, some piece of music, or even see a logo that brings a specific brand to mind. Many businesses and organizations spend a great deal of time and energy on the visual and forget the audio. Just like you would never send out a print piece without your logo on it, we recommend all your audio should be branded with an audio logo. Nobody does it like Severly. Not only are they great for instant recognition, but they have a long shelf life. Some jingles last decades and even lifetimes, never losing their effectiveness.
And we are back with Shannon Abbott, and we're talking about yoga, essential oils, and the big shove from the universe. So, Shannon, here you are now, instantly self-employed.
Yes.
And what did you do?
Well, I calmed down by breathing. I calmed my husband down.
Yes.
We took a breath, and I started looking for places to work. And to teach yoga classes.
Yes.
And was kind of a traveling yoga teacher for a while, and then found some. Sometimes I would fill in for other yoga teachers at studios, and then there was a yoga studio where we're sitting here now, and it opened up and I was one of the founding teachers here at Meta Yoga.
And it's beautiful. It's
Yes,
a beautiful,
it
beautiful
is.
studio.
And I'm getting to do that again in my current location because I did move.
Ah.
And so I've had to sort of start over. And so, you know, there's always those things that just kind of pop up and you have to start over and
Be
you go with the
flexible.
flow, you're flexible, you know, yoga's all about flexible, right?
Yes,
So, so yeah, and I'm getting to be a founding teacher at a new studio now too.
Awesome.
And kind of building up my yoga teacher practice.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful. And so in your practice, how in the world did you stumble upon essential oils? How did they show up into your life?
They just kind of stumbled into my life too. You know, a friend from college, I kept seeing her on Facebook talking about oils a little bit, and it's like, you know, and at this point I'm a mom, you know,
Right.
and
Of how many?
of two.
Of two.
Two.
Okay.
Yes, I have two children, a girl and a boy, and so I'm, you know, as a mom, it's so important that I make sure that I don't have toxic things in my house,
Right.
you know, and that I'm giving my children the best things that they can have. You know, I want them to have good nutrition. I don't want to fill their bodies full of chemicals. I don't want to have a bunch of chemicals around the house. And so essential oils kind of came into my life, and I said, you know, I'm going to look into this a little bit more and see what this is all about. And you know, if nothing else, they smell good. I mean,
Right, give it a try.
Right, give it a
It'll
try.
smell good, right?
And you know, the first oil that I tried was lemon oil, and I used it for cleaning in my house
wow,
because
okay.
it's a great non-toxic cleaner. So, you know, and my husband came home and he's like, wow, the house is really clean and it smells good too. And, you know, I joked that I was kind of on this lemon high, you know, because it's very uplifting to your mood too.
Interesting.
So the oils have these kind of uplifting effects or calming effect depending on what they are too.
What you want,
And
right.
so it was fantastic because I was cleaning, you know, so everybody wins with that, right?
Right.
But I was also feeling good about it, and also
Nice.
feeling good knowing that my kids could come around and they could touch these things. My
Right.
children can help me clean the house. My children can help me clean the house
Here you go.
because I don't worry about
That's right.
what they're touching, you know.
Yes.
So I mix up a little vinegar, a little water, a little lemon oil.
You're good to go.
Go wash the windows.
Really? Oh, how fun.
It's so
And you
fantastic.
don't have to worry.
Right.
Oh, that's brilliant. This is what I love.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. So you branched out from there. So you were like, okay, this is pretty awesome.
Yes.
So let me try some other things. What
Yes.
did you kind of step into then?
Some, you know, digestive issues.
These are big for a lot of
Right,
us.
right. So some digestive issues, and you know, I pulled out this oil blend that has some good. You know, a lot of people are familiar. You know, you look at the grocery store, and there's teas. You know, there's hot teas that have, you know, fennel or peppermint or ginger teas, and they all say digestive aids.
Right.
You know, they're good for helping aid digestive, just aiding the digestive system and supporting that system so
Okay.
that it works more, so that it functions better.
Right.
And so I pulled out this little blend, and you know, and I used my husband. I actually used it with my husband. He called me. I was at the grocery store.
Okay.
And he said, "I'm having some problems." And
Some problems.
some problems. So now maybe we should.
Okay, and so you gave him what?
So I said, you know, use this, and I'll pick up something else at the grocery store just in case.
Okay.
And I ended up, we never opened the bottle that I got at the grocery store. It expired before we ever opened it.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
I mean, that's,
So what had you told him to try?
it was this oil blend that has fennel and peppermint and ginger and some other great
Okay.
digestive.
Okay.
So yeah, and it helped, you know, and
It took care of the problem.
Right, and my
Wow.
children will come when they have stomach, when they have a little stomach ache, you know, maybe they just ate something that didn't agree with them, or maybe they're just trying to stay up late at night, I don't know.
Get out of school.
And, you know, my son especially likes to do it right now, and so he'll come and he'll get my oil bag, and he can read enough
Right.
now to know what it is, and so he'll pull it out and he'll bring over a carrier oil too. He knows that children especially really we need to dilute the oil to them just for safety, and so he'll bring those, he'll hand them to me, and let me do my thing, rub it on his belly, and.
But how wonderful it is that you don't have to worry that he goes and grabs the bag and it has something toxic that could actually cause him now to be rushed to the hospital. Right? Instead, he's grabbing something that's going to be good for his body. Right. And that he's going for that rather than, wanting some other stuff, right?
At the same time, I caution them not to pick it up and just
start chugging
a bottle of oil, because
because they're strong.
They're strong,
and tell us a little bit about why oils. Like, what's the difference between the tea and the oil?
Sure, it's more concentrated.
Okay.
So one drop of oil, is like 20 cups of tea.
Oh, wow.
So you really don't need a lot, and that's also why we dilute it.
Yes.
Because these are little children,
right?
And they don't need a lot.
Yeah. And even for adults, you want to have diluted.
Absolutely.
So I see you have some oils that you brought along with you. So what do we have here?
I brought some of my children's favorite bedtime oils because we all have diffusers in our bedrooms, so we all get to kind of pick and choose what our favorites are to go to sleep.
Okay.
Easier.
And you put the oil in and it literally diffuses it throughout the room.
Right.
Beautiful.
Right. It's wonderful. So my son's favorite is a combination actually of 3 different oils. He loves lavender, rosemary, and cedarwood. So lavender and cedarwood are very calming oils. And rosemary, a lot of people will talk about putting rosemary herbs under your pillow to help with good dreams. To help with good dreams, and so he calls it his good dream oil.
Oh, nice.
So he likes that combination.
So that could be really nice for kids or whatever who might have nightmares or things like that, or they're afraid. So that can help that. Nice.
And then my daughter likes this great blend that is a calming blend, and it has a lot of different calming. It definitely has lavender in it. It also has a little bit of vanilla extract in there.
Nice.
So it's very nice and soothing and calming. It has chamomile. So it's kind of just all of those,
wonderful mixtures.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And so there are oils that, like we were talking about lemon, that uplift. There's oils that calm. There's oils that ground. There's a nice blend that is a grounding blend, and it kind of just keeps you on your feet, and it's a great one to start your day out, or in the middle of the day if you're feeling kind of stressed, you can kind of grab some of that.
And so I hear you mentioning blends, and then I hear you mentioning, just kind of like lavender.
Right.
So what's the difference, and is one more potent or stronger than another? How does that work?
They're all potent. Blends are when you take single oils and you mix them together.
Okay.
So it's just several different oils that are mixed. Some of the blends may be already slightly diluted with maybe a fractionated coconut oil, so that it's safe to go ahead and immediately put on your skin. Other blends may not be diluted, so it's important to look at the bottle and know which one.
And that's what I was just about to ask you. So are they all able to be ingested, or some of them, or some just are topical? How does that part work?
Right. So no, just like you don't eat every plant, you don't ingest every oil. Some plants are poisonous. Some plants are poisonous if you eat too much of them. And since it's so concentrated, you need to be very careful about which ones you use internally and which ones you don't.
But none of these are necessarily poisonous, though, right?
Right.
Okay. I just want to make sure everybody understands that, right? So you were speaking about plants.
Sure.
Some plants are poisonous and so forth.
Right.
So you would
not poisonous.
Obviously eat them. But these are all, therapeutic grade. Is that what I understood?
Right.
Which means they're, at one of the purest levels.
Yes. And I'm very picky as a mom about what I use with my children, and so a lot of people ask, well, what's the difference in oils, and how do I know which ones to get? Because there's so many oil companies out there.
Yes.
And so I'm very choosy. And a lot of companies will do testing up to a certain limit and then stop, and it's pure enough.
Right.
It's good enough. these are my children. It's
That's
not
right.
good enough.
It's not enough.
So I love that. I mean, this is an 8-step process, and it's a very scientific process. I am not a scientist.
Right. You don't need to be. We don't need to be. We trust the scientists to be
there. So I don't get into all of that. I use them to take care of my family.
Right.
And I want to empower others to be able to do that too, because that's one of the things it's one of the great gifts that I've gained, and I think that I've been able to share with my family through essential oils and through yoga is this feeling of empowerment. And I think especially with the oils, I remember, before I found them, when my daughter was really little, there were times when I just was like, what am I going to do? I don't know how to help her. She has this problem and the doctor's office is closed, and what do I do? Or it's a weekend. It always happens on a weekend, right? It always happens on a weekend. So, but now I have these resources at my disposal and my children, they're learning about natural ways to take care of themselves.
How awesome is that?
Right, and that's not to say that we don't go to the doctor, because there's always something that you need to go to the doctor.
Sure.
But I'll tell you, they don't see us as often as they used to.
That's the idea.
And a lot of that is just because we are healthier anyway.
Yes.
And some of it is that I don't need to go for every little thing.
Right, because you have some things that can take care of it. So we're going to find out now how you have not only taken these practices and resources for yourself and your family, but how you are also now sharing this with other people and empowering them to take care of themselves as well. Beautiful. So we'll come right back with Shannon Abbott.
Tired of giving the same old gifts of flowers, chocolates, perfume, or cologne? Finding it hard to come up with that perfect and special gift? Want to put your love into words? How about putting it to music? Capture the magic of your love in your very own love song. Imagine your unique love story told in an intensely powerful and emotional way through the magic of music. Give a gift that is truly one of a kind and absolutely priceless. Get your custom signature song at customsignaturesongs.com or by calling 323-238-4653. That's 323-238-4653.
Rest in my love.
And we're back with Shannon Abbott, who is explaining a little bit about how to use yoga and essential oils together to bring a natural, quick, and easy way for wholeness in your life. So, Shannon, I'm just loving the story. I'm loving essential oils. I have to admit that the one that I love the most is called Slim and Sassy.
Oh, yes.
Slim and Sassy.
In my water.
Is it in my water?
No, it's in mine.
All right, it is, and what I also love about it is how easy it is.
It is.
How just simple and easy. It's called put a few drops in your water.
Mm-hmm.
How easy could that get?
It doesn't get any easier.
It really doesn't, and it's delicious.
Right.
Like after a while, you actually crave it. It's like, And I know for me, for many years, I did not like drinking water. I was not a water drinker. It was kind of boring. I was like, there's no flavor. It's like, well, that's how it's supposed to be. So for me, it was so helpful just to start helping me drink more water, because I was told this is what I needed to do. So just a couple of drops in, a few drops in, and not only does it taste delicious, and I want to drink more, but it was helping me release pounds, release weight. And when I would do that really, regularly, oh my goodness, weight started to just come off. It was kind of surprising for me, right? And then I love some other ones like balance and things like that. So, but you have found a way to incorporate it with yoga. This is really exciting. Tell me about it.
Yes, so I came across this workbook, this program, the Essential Yoga Program, and it was designed by 4 different yoga teachers who also love essential oils. And it's very simple. It's a 12-month workbook, and there's 12 different workshops in there using essential oils in yoga. And so it really makes it simple for teachers who want to
Yes.
incorporate essential oils into their yoga practice but don't know how.
Right, so it literally tells you
It
exactly.
literally tells you how to do it.
Wow.
And of course you can adjust it. If you don't like the pose that they picked for that
Right.
particular thing, then adjust it.
It's flexible.
Or if you, right,
Because
exactly, it's
yoga.
flexible. Right, so, or if you know that your students aren't going to be comfortable in a particular
Yeah,
pose,
because you have to know
then
that.
you can change that.
Okay, beautiful.
So, but I love because it uses the oils in a really simple way, and it also makes you really slow down your practice because sometimes, we get a little too fast paced, so it makes us really take our time, slow down. And so there's usually a diffuser going in the room, and we'll be diffusing an oil. There's other times where I may put an oil in somebody's hand and they can breathe it in. They can put it on their throat or their heart or the back of their neck. They might put it on the soles of their feet if we're sitting in bound ankle pose with our knees open, massaging on their feet. In relaxation, I may come around and rub it on their third eye, across their brow, on the back of their neck, something soothing like lavender.
Right.
So there's different ways that you can experience essential oils during your yoga practice.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, I bet that makes it magical.
It's wonderful, and it smells so good.
Right, because now you're adding another sense
Right.
into the entire process. And what if someone might be allergic or something like that?
Right. So I always give an out. I tell people at the beginning of the workshop, just turn a corner under your mat, turn a corner of your mat under if you don't want this particular oil, or if you don't want me to place my hands on you, if you would rather do that yourself, or you just don't want to do
That's
that.
nice. That's good. All right.
I
So I love that you give people an out that if they're not comfortable with a certain oil or if they're not comfortable having, hands touch on them, that they can do that themselves.
Yes.
That's really beautiful that there's that flexibility. Excellent. So you are using these oils for yourself in your practice, but also in your family. So this is really a wonderful, well-rounded way to incorporate both your yoga and your essential oils to really have a natural way to care for your family.
Yes.
So, and this is very much at the core of the whole Crunchy Moms movement, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. We're all about trying to find the best ways to take care of our children. That's what moms want to do. That's what moms and dads want to do. We
Yeah.
want to take care of our children.
Yes.
And the best way that we can. And so this is one of the ways that I found has been so empowering.
Yes.
To not only for me to be able to take care of my family, but to teach my children how to take care of themselves and of their children if they have children one day.
Yeah. You're affecting like generations to
It's,
come.
it's about teaching the next generation that there are natural, safe, effective ways of taking care of ourselves and cleaning our house, whatever the case may be. That we don't have to put chemicals in our body, that we don't have to put chemicals in our windows, that we can do it in a healthy and safe.
I love it. This is so powerful, Shannon. So how can people take another step and find out more about how to use essential oils in their family? We have a lot of folks who they've heard about it too, kind of where you were many years ago, and they would love to know how to start using oils and caring for their homes and their families.
Sure. So one of the ways is I do teach essential yoga workshops on a regular basis at Mint Yoga Studio, and you'll have the information.
Yeah, we will, absolutely.
How you can find me
Connect
there.
with you, absolutely.
And I also teach intro to essential oils or essential oil 101 classes for people who just want some basic information on kind of ways to start in their own families. Okay, so I hear about essential oils. I hear people talking about them all the time. What's the big deal, and how do I get started?
Yes.
Because when I got my first essential oil bundle, I was like, okay, just gonna try it.
Now
I'm not sure what to do.
Right.
So I teach people how to get started, and I make sure that they have some resources to get started too.
Yeah.
So that you're not just flying by the seat of your pan, so
Right.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
And that way you can kind of look up if you know, like if you're experiencing certain symptoms. You know, like I was saying before, my favorite is slim and sassy.
Yes.
Ooh. And it just tastes so yummy. And I just really noticed such a difference for me. Like it took away my appetite, which was awesome. Like really helped me and supported me in eating healthier, making healthier
Right. choices,
because now I'm not hungry and craving things, right? So what are some of those kinds of things that, you know, you're going to share with people in that intro class? If they're looking for this, they can, you know, maybe they're having this problem, or if they're looking for something that picks them up or helps them go to sleep,
Right.
all of those sorts of things, right?
Right, all of those things, exactly. So it's, you know, essential oils are really about supporting your body's own system and making sure that it's balanced, that it's working properly, that we're doing whatever we can do to make sure that we're healthy.
Excellent.
You know, it's not a cure, it's not a, you know,
Right.
yeah, it's not a cure. It's supporting our own systems that are already hopefully functioning fairly well, but maybe just a gentle nudge.
A gentle nudge.
A gentle nudge, just like I had a gentle nudge to do this.
Right.
So,
which I think that's so important too, and I'm glad you said that, so that people understand, you know, this is not about curing something. It is about supporting our body, which, if it has what it needs, many times can really heal itself, right?
Exactly.
And move forward in that healing process.
Exactly. So I talk about sleep, and I talk about supporting the immune system so that we don't get sick as often.
Yes.
You know, I talk about, you know, ways to kind of deal with seasonal issues that we might have.
Allergies and things like that.
Right. So,
yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
So, you know, just different things that may come up
Excellent.
in our everyday lives, just little things.
And they come up.
You know, kids get cuts and scrapes all the time.
Oh yeah.
And typical over-the-counter things hurt so bad to use on them.
Yes.
But there are safe and effective ways of dealing that without causing pain, because that's really what it's about. You know, we want our children to be healthy, and we also want to find ways to comfort our children. And that is one of the things that I love about using oils with my children, is that it's so comforting. You know, when you use oils with your children, you have to touch them.
Yes.
You know, you make this contact with your child, and so it's bringing you together. And that loving, you know, that contact with your child is also giving them comfort. While you're able to put, you know, whatever the oil is that you're putting on them, you know, maybe you're putting some lavender on them, but it's just also calming.
Nice.
But it's also great for cuts and scrapes.
Wow. Who knew?
Right.
I love
So
that.
it's
love
just
that.
really simple things like that bring us together, parent and child,
Beautiful.
and provide that sort of physical comfort, emotional comfort by it being calming, and also just, you know, with that connection.
Excellent.
But also knowing that we're doing something healthy for them as well.
Good for them. And so speaking of calming, you have this wonderful kind of calming process that you want to share with everyone, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about this.
So this is something that I learned from my first yoga teacher, Marcia, that I was telling you about a while ago.
Okay.
And it's something that she would do at the end of yoga practice. And I've adapted it a little bit and have adopted it into my own yoga practice at the end of the yoga practice during relaxation. But it's also something that my children have come to really love for me to do for them as they settle down for bed.
Nice.
It's very calming and very relaxing, and it kind of rolls them into this place of being ready for sleep.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. You guys are going to love this. So stay tuned for Sharon Abbott's calming exercise, calming practice. So again, thank you so much for being with us today. So join us now for Shannon's Shavasana, which helps to lead you into relaxation so you're ready for rest.
So we're lying on our mats with our eyes closed, our legs mat width apart, arms by your sides, palms up. And I invite you to raise your right leg up off the mat just about an inch. Stretch through your heel. Stretch through your heel. Point your toe. Stretch through your heel again. Drop it down. Rock it from side to side. Relax it and forget about it. I invite you to raise your left leg just about an inch. Stretch through your heel. Point your toe. Stretch. Drop it down. Rock it from side to side. Relax it and forget about it. Tighten your buttocks and relax. Raise your right arm just about an inch off the mat. Stretch through your fingers. Tighten your fist. Stretch it out. Drop it down. Rock it from side to side. Relax it. Forget about it. Stretch your left arm up off the mat about an inch. Stretch your fingers wide. Tighten into a fist. Stretch it out. Drop it down. Rock it from side to side. Relax it. And forget about it. Bring your shoulder blades together, opening your chest. And relax. Bring your shoulders forward, opening your upper spine, upper back. And relax. Lift your head up just about an inch off the mat. Carefully lower it down. Rock it from side to side. Relax it. Forget about it. Take this time of relaxation to be love, to be light, to be peace, to be joy. Take this time just to be.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being with us today on our show. I really hope that there was something shared that really helps you shine your biggest and brightest light. Please stop by again, like us on Facebook, tweet us, all of those good things. And most importantly, please always remember, it's all about love.
No more waiting, anticipating, or hesitating. Now is the time.